I joined Altvia in September of 2020. I was part of the first Elevate class of 15 people, one of them being our CEO, Bree, which was very cool, so I got to know her from the start. I started as a customer support representative. I got to learn a lot of good Salesforce technical skills. I'd never worked with Salesforce before, so everyone was super helpful on the CS team to get me up to speed with those skills, all about our industry, our clients. It was a great role to start in. And 3 months later, a GTM coordinator role opened up, and I interviewed for that and got the role and started in January of 2021. My main role was to drive the GTM strategy, including all of our outbound campaigns, our marketing efforts, our creative assets, partnerships. It was a very well-rounded role where I got to learn a lot about not only the sales team, but as sales organizations run. I spent a year in that role, and then at the beginning of this year, January of 2022, I was promoted to Revenue Operations Manager, where I expand on a lot of my tasks that I was doing in the GTM coordinator role, but now I have more of a strategy mindset and implementing different creative ideas and really analyzing the processes and have more of a say in that now, which is very exciting. So every company tells you that there are opportunities for growth, and it's something that you hear all the time, but Altvia truly meant it, and they were committed to understanding my career goals and then providing the opportunities for me to reach those goals. I had met Kale when I interviewed for my GTM coordinator role, and I've been working under him since. Kale has been an integral part of my career growth at Altvia. He's been a great mentor through the whole process, and it's refreshing to have someone so invested in your growth. And I know a lot of the managers at Altvia are the same way. I'm still very new in my career, and there's a lot of opportunities, and it's great to have someone who has been through some of the mistakes that they've made, and they can assist you in not making those same mistakes. That's always great to have. Altvia also provides $75 towards professional development a month, and we also have Thrive Bucks, which are $250 a year to spend towards whatever brings you joy. And I had used both of those towards my Harvard Business School online certificate course, which is in leadership and management. It is a 6-month certificate where you have to take 3 classes, and each are 8 weeks long. The main goal is to develop skills and strategies that you use in your day-to-day life of being a leader or a manager. I was a psychology major in college and didn't necessarily learn all of these business skills. So it's nice to have the opportunity from Altvia to help pay for that, but to also get some of that continuing education. Now I can kind of take my class, come to work, and see that in real life, and it makes it come full circle, and it's very cool to see and to know that I'm actually learning useful skills that I will be able to use in this job and many jobs down the line. I love how I can wear multiple hats and how my day-to-day is so different, and I come to work knowing what it's going to hold, but also not knowing what it's going to hold, and that excites me to know that new challenges are going to come up and new ideas that people come to me with to implement. That's all very exciting to me. I also love how I can brainstorm with my team on new content ideas, new process changes, and execute that and make it come to life. Having someone come to me with an idea and then making it happen, if it's that same day or even maybe a week later, is just very exciting to me. And then Altvia is a great company to work for, and I truly love coming to work every day. There are a lot of companies that say that they have a great office culture, but Altvia truly not only says that, but acts on it. We have a fully stocked fridge, we have events, fun company events, we do a ton of volunteering activities, and above all of that, just great people that work at Altvia, and it's great to come to work and have not only coworkers but friends. My best career advice is to work as hard as you can, and people will notice, and it might not be necessarily instant, but if you continue to work hard and continue to pick up new tasks and help out other teams and do things that aren't necessarily in your job description, people will notice, and then you're always top of mind when a new role opens up, or if you want to move into a different team, everyone will see you as that hardworking person who can take on anything. And I think that's very important as you're growing in your career. Biggest advice that I have is to always have a growth mindset. A goal mindset is great, but to have a growth mindset keeps you going past those goals versus just reaching them and being like, okay, now what? You can, expand upon them. And then just make sure you don't get too static in your day-to-day. Always be creative. Don't take a process and say, okay, this works, that's all it needs to do. There's always ways to make it better, and everyone always has ideas. So kind of tapping into the team, making sure you're listening to feedback. Those feedback loops are really important to improving processes, and that's something that I've learned and that I will continue to preach to others who are in my same spot, because it has made all the difference for me. I have a few. First, being that I'm a Colorado native, and those seem to be pretty rare these days as everyone's moving here, but I completely understand why. Second, I was an All-American rower at CU Boulder, which is a little shocking to some people, but I was a swimmer my whole life and decided to try a different water sport when I got to school. So picked up rowing, and they actually are very similar, and I just fell in love, and that was a huge part of my college experience, my friends, and just it kept me on track. I had to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, so just learned a lot about myself through that process. And lastly, I have a horse named Romeo. It's important to note that I didn't name him, and that just kind of goes along with the Romeo and Juliet theme of fate, but I found him and fell in love with him, not just his name, and yeah, now we're great buddies, and he is one of the best things that has happened to me.